The mountain winds howled like starving wolves, slicing to the tattered coat of the boy as he pressed his small body against the jagged rocks for shelter. 12 winters had shaped him into something both fragile and unbreakable. No name was left to him, at least none. He spoke aloud. In the village below, he had been called the Orphan with tones of pity, annoyance, or disdain. That was enough. When the plague took his parents 3 years ago, no one offered him a home. They gave him scraps, sometimes, but only out of guilt. So, the boy had learned to survive alone, sneaking into abandoned huts, hunting squirrels, melting snow for water. He spoke little. He trusted less. And that night, as the stars lit up the frozen peaks above, he found something stranger than loneliness. A girl, not human. Her skin glowed faintly under the moonlight, scales like shards of silver glass glittering across her arms. Her eyes, too large for her narrow face, burned gold, not with warmth but with desperation. She staggered as though every step cost her blood. The boy froze. He had heard the stories. The aliens, the Dravari, were raiders, killers, slavers. They descended from the sky in burning ships, leaving nothing but ruins behind. If one of them was here alone, then either she was bait or prey. The girl collapsed into the snow before she could take another step. The boy's first instinct was to run. Let her freeze. Let her die. It wasn't his problem. But then he heard it. A sound no raider would ever make. A whimper. Small, pained, almost human. He clenched his fists, swore at his own weakness, and trudged forward. "Hey!" he muttered. His voice sounded cracked, strange, as though he hadn't spoken in days. "Get up. You'll freeze." Her eyes flicked open, dimming and brightening at once when they met his. "Help me," she whispered. Her accent twisted the words, but they were clear enough. The boy didn't answer. He just grabbed her arm, light, brittle, trembling like a broken bird's wing, and hauled her against his shoulder. Step by step, slipping and stumbling, he dragged her toward the cave where he had built a nest of dry moss and stones. Inside the cave, he lit a small fire with the last of his tinder. The alien girl curled near it, her scales reflecting the flame. Her breath came ragged. The boy eyed her warily. "You one of them raiders?" "No," she croaked. "Not anymore." He frowned. "What's that mean?" She didn't answer. She only winced as though remembering something too heavy to bear. The boy sighed. "Fine. Don't tell me. Just don't die in here. Stinks enough already." For hours, the fire crackled and the storm outside screamed, but neither spoke again. Only once, when he caught her staring at him, did he break the silence. "Why should I help you? Your people killed mine." The girl closed her eyes. "My people killed mine, too." At dawn, the storm eased. He gave her the last of his dried meat. She tried to refuse, but hunger won. He didn't say anything, though inside he cursed himself. He had nothing left now. "Where are you going?" he asked finally. "Across the mountains," she whispered. Her voice was still weak, but her golden eyes carried steel. "To the valley, to the river. If I can reach it, I live." The boy stared at the endless white slopes, the cliffs that killed grown men. "You'll never make it alone." "Then I die." He should have let her. He wanted to let her. Yet when she stood, shaking, stubborn, he found himself standing too. "Fine. I'll take you," he muttered. "But after that, we're even. Got it?" The girl nodded once. So together, the orphan and the alien crossed the mountains. The climb was merciless. Snow blinded them. Wind clawed at their faces. The girl stumbled often, but the boy shoved her forward each time. Once, when a ledge crumbled beneath her, he grabbed her hand and nearly tore his own shoulder, saving her. She stared at him afterward, eyes wide, as if she couldn't believe a human would risk his life for hers. "You're strange," she whispered. "Shut up and keep moving." By dusk, they found themselves on the far side of the ridge, the valley stretching below like a black sea. They collapsed beneath the shadow of a stone arch. For the first time, the boy almost smiled. "See? Told you we'd make it." The girl's lips curved faintly. "Thank you." It was the first time he'd ever heard gratitude spoken without pity. But the next morning, the world burned. The boy woke to thunder, not from the sky, but from engines. He scrambled to the ridge and froze. Below, 30 alien raiders stormed across the valley floor, armored beasts with weapons gleaming. Their banners flew high, the same sigil etched faintly on the girl's scales. His blood ran cold. He spun back toward her. She was already awake, her face pale, her eyes hollow. "They've come for me," she whispered. The boy's stomach twisted. "Were you to them?" She didn't answer, but the way her hand shook told him enough. Something important. Something dangerous. "You tricked me," he hissed. "You brought them here." "No," she snapped, her voice breaking. "I didn't want this. I ran because they wanted me dead too." Her chest heaved. "They are not rescuers. They are hunters." The boy stared at the advancing horde. 30 against 2. He had no weapons but a rusted knife. No allies. No chance. He should have run. Left her. Saved himself. Instead, he clenched a knife in his fist until it cut his palm. "They'll kill you if they find you," he said. "And if they find me, they'll make it worse." The girl nodded, silent. The boy breathed hard, teeth gritted. He was nobody, an orphan, forgotten, worthless. But for the first time in years, someone had said thank you, and he would not let that be the last thing she ever said. He stood. "Then we make them pay." The battle that followed was not fair. It was not glorious. It was savage. The boy led the girl through the cliffs, ambushing raiders one by one with traps he'd learned while hunting wolves. A rock slide crushed 3. A snare dragged one screaming into the ravine. The girl, weak but furious, used shards of crystal torn from the mountainside as blades, striking with desperate precision. But for every raider that fell, 5 more advanced. Their leader roared commands, swearing the girl would be dragged back in chains, or in pieces. By nightfall, blood stained the snow. The boy was slashed across the arm, ribs bruised, vision swimming. The girl bled from a wound at her side. Yet still they fought. Still they lived. And when the leader himself cornered them at the cliff's edge, raising his axe to split them both, the boy did the only thing left. He hurled himself forward, dragging the alien warlord over the edge with him. The world spun. The wind screamed. Stone shattered. When the girl opened her eyes, she was alone. The boy's body lay broken on the rocks below. Her throat ached with a cry she could not release. Slowly, painfully, she climbed down, cradled his limp form in her arms. The raiders were gone, scattered, defeated, leaderless. But the boy, her only ally, was gone too. She pressed her forehead to his, whispering in a language he would never hear again. "You were no orphan. You were more than all of them." And as dawn rose over the mountains, the alien girl began to walk again, carrying his body, step by step, so the world would know the name of the human who had saved her.